Welcome to another edition of Wellness Wednesday 3 Questions. This is my show where I have my special guests come on and talk about mental health, mental illness, mental health treatment, all things mental health. And the purpose for doing the show is to eliminate the stigma with mental health. And so today I have my special guest and I will have her go ahead and introduce herself. And that's generally the first question. I just ask my guests to introduce themselves. So my special guest, if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
Okay, so I am Carla Winfield. I'm originally from Louisiana, but I currently reside in Arizona. I am the founder of kind of a platform called When Women Speaks. When Women Speaks is a platform that focuses on mental wellness and women. And so we just talk about a lot of different things on the platform. It's kind of still evolving. So, I'm a work in progress, but that's pretty much who I am, or that's what I do. I'm also a parent of two young men, young adults, and one 14-year-old daughter. So,
thank you. Welcome to the show today. I've actually been a part of the platform and it's a wonderful platform. So blessings on continued success there. Second question, why is mental health important to you?
Mental health is important to me directly. Well, let me just kind of go back just to give you a little, background on me. I think that I had gone through my whole life, all the way up until my 20s, kind of dealing with traumas and things, in my past, but not really realizing that that's what was going on. Mm. And in 2000, I lost my daughter. And I think that was such up until that point, I never really, really thought about mental health. Mm. I just thought that things were just, I was born in a household that was very much do what I say. You don't question authority. You just roll with the punches. Things that go on, with family, those things are secret. You don't discuss those things with anybody, including like your physician or anything like that. So you were just, it was just a thing to just get through it. Mm-hmm. And, flash forward, I'm dealing with this pregnancy. I'm very sick in the pregnancy. Finally, after 8 months, just being sick and everything. And they put me on a regular pump. I've been hospitalized twice. I get out of the hospital. I'm thinking, everything's clear. Everything's going to be fine. Have this beautiful daughter. And then 4 weeks into her life, she just stops breathing while we're holding her.
Wow.
And, and so dealing with that, I think I understood what people felt like when they just kind of lose grasp with reality, Up until that, I never had a suicidal thought. Never, I was just head in the clouds, just really not really, just kind of just going along with life.
Yes.
And
yes.
Being in that situation, that was my first, that was the first time that I actually even approached mental health and, for personally.
Okay. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that story. I really appreciate it. The whole reason we do this is to eliminate fears and stigmas and really speak to vulnerability. So I really appreciate you sharing that. With me and with the audience.
Yes, no problem.
That means a lot. Last question. What would you tell, or how would you share with another woman, because you have that, When Women Speaks platform, what would you tell another woman who is dealing with some things and not really comfortable speaking to their mental health or their mental wellness? What could you share?
I think the most powerful and impactful thing to me is experience. Mm-hmm. We tend to go through these life circumstances and we kind of stamp ownership on them, thinking not really, other people go through these things, mm-hmm. but you don't no, you just don't think on that level, and I think shared experiences, that's why I like the Me Too movement, because it's kind of that
Mm,
thing. I went through that too, and it kind of normalizes, your situation. So, I would have to start by, just sharing my experiences so that they, would feel like that they could open up to me. I didn't
right.
have that. I suffered like for a year after my daughter passed away,
Mhm.
and with family like whispering, not wanting to talk, and me not wanting to go get the mental health that I needed, because we just didn't do that. You don't go to therapists. You just didn't do that. So what happened was 2 years after she passed, I moved to Arizona, and the first thing I did was sought out that mental health.
Wow.
And even now, like, people might see me and feel like, oh, she's got it all together, and that's so not true. Once you have one experience, I feel like it's just an ongoing thing of maintaining it, because you still have good and bad days.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think it would be the biggest thing that I could do, is just, that whole shared experience, letting them know that they're not alone in whatever they're dealing with.
I love that. I love that. The key point I'm going to take away, and I'm a therapist, I do mental health counseling and trainings and, workshops and things. But the thing I'm going to take away what you said today is putting a stamp on that experience. That experience, it could be a shared experience. Obviously, it's yours, it's something you went through, but other people go through things as well. Other people go through things as well. So um, I like what you said, sharing your story, being open enough to share your story and being vulnerable enough to share your story. Shared experiences heal.
Yes, they do. They do.
So thank you so much for that input. I really appreciate it. And thank you
Oh,
for being a guest on Wellness Wednesday 3 Questions. I know we've been trying to do this for a while. Your input is so valuable, and I really, really appreciate it. And I look forward to working with you in the future.
all right. Well, thank you so much for having me. So I've enjoyed this, and I look forward to working with you as well.
Okay, you're very welcome. This has been Wellness Wednesday 3 Questions. Again, we try to eliminate mental health, mental illness stigma, and try to make it comfortable to talk about, because we are all dealing with something. If you would like to be a guest on the show, simply reach out to me. My website is www.ptaylorconsulting.com, or you can give me a phone call, and that number is 262-207-4130. Thank you and have a blessed day.